So this Saturday, Chelsea versus Arsenal, Stamford Bridge, 12:45 kickoff. A game that if we hadn't have botched up the game against Zagreb, I'd be very much looking forward to this fixture. We'd have gone into it with some momentum, getting a result against Stoke, should have got a result against Zagreb, and we'd go into that game against Chelsea with confidence, belief and momentum behind us. But as it stands, we lost 2-1 away from home against Zagreb, a team we should have comfortably beaten. Chelsea beat Maccabi Tel Aviv by 4-0, so the cards are stacked in their favour, and it's just all round made a very difficult encounter for us, which is our own doing. We are totally responsible for us going into this game with a lack of confidence and potentially on the back foot. I'm really not looking forward to this game against Chelsea. It's going to be a difficult encounter. We're going to be really under the cosh in this game. Mourinho is going to go all out, but there are two ways of looking at this game. First and foremost, I'll look at it from the Arsenal perspective, the positive one. It's a great opportunity for us to respond after a shocking, embarrassing, appalling midweek Champions League match. You also got to take into account that we played a heavily rotated squad that featured the likes of Mikel Arteta, Debuchy, Kieran Gibbs, Giroud, David Ospina, players that normally wouldn't get a chance in the starting 11. I'd hope that we'd see Ramsey come back into the team. I'm hoping that Walcott will get a start in this game. That goes without saying for me. Coquelin, Bellerin, Monreal, Cech without a doubt have to start. And from an Arsenal perspective, I'd hope that these players would come back in and we'd see a performance that was similar to the one against Stoke City, and if not better. We have to be putting in a really good performance in this game, because Chelsea, if they kickstart their season, looking at it from their point of view, they've got the win in midweek, 4-0 against Maccabi Tel Aviv, a result that, you know, read into it whatever you like, it may not mean a lot to you, but whatever way, it's going to give them some belief in, some confidence going into the game, so they're going to be on a high. If they can kickstart their season, and they're going to be looking to get back into the title race, if they can do it at home to Arsenal, that is a huge incentive for them, and it would just be horrible if we lost. If we lost like by 2 or 3-0 away from home against Chelsea, that would be the worst possible scenario. However, I do go into the game with some belief. I am hoping that result in midweek was a blip. Of course, I'm looking at it that way, but it's typically Arsenal that we do that. We have seen that kind of performance before. But like I say, there was a lot of rotation within the squad. Coquelin will make all the difference, in my opinion. He will make all the difference. So will Cech, so will Bellerin, so will Monreal. And Walcott has to be the vocal point of our attack. I think he can have a really good performance. 2 goals in 2 now. The one against Zagreb, the one against Stoke. Both very tidy finishes. If he's a bit more convincing with his finishing, he could get a couple of goals in this game. I really do hope it's a big performance from Theo Walcott. But everyone has to up their game. Alexis Sanchez has been rather unconvincing to the start of his season. He has to be putting in a better performance. The same goes for Ozil. The same goes for someone like Ramsey, who I want to see come back into the starting 11, potentially playing a midfield pivot alongside someone like Francis Coquelin. Things have to change for this game, but more importantly, the mentality, the complacency issue has to change. Despite Chelsea's poor start to the season, I still wouldn't regard us as a better team to them. I think we can rival them. I do believe we can beat them, but whether we're a better team or not has to be shown on the pitch against them this Saturday at 12:45. We've got to be putting in a convincing display. Looking at Chelsea, like I say, they got the 4-0 win against Maccabi Tel Aviv, going in on somewhat of a high. The likes of Costa got on the score sheet. And as well as that, Fabregas got an assist, so that'll give them somewhat of a boost. But as well as that, a few negatives from their perspective. Williams out for the game and Pedro's out for the game. Whatever way you look at that, I don't think that's going to make it any easier for us whatsoever. Both quality players, both will be missed by Chelsea, but it's going to give someone who's going to come in more of an incentive to put in a good performance. Whatever way you look at this, whatever players they're missing, it's going to be a very difficult game. When Chelsea play us, no matter how poorly they've been this season, it's a completely different story when they're playing Arsenal. Now, we did get the 1-0 win against Chelsea already this season in the Community Shield. Arguably doesn't mean all that much, but in my opinion, it can give us some belief going into the match, and I think we can go toe-to-toe with this Chelsea side. But if we put in the kind of performance we did against Zagreb, then we don't stand a chance in this game. I believe the areas that we have to attack in this Chelsea side are definitely right back. Branislav Ivanovic has been poor for them. They're also about Thibaut Courtois, although Begovic has come in, done a fairly decent job for them. The defence has to be so reassured. We've got 2 clean sheets in the Premier League back-to-back with the defence that has been really settled. Gabriel and Koscielny has to start. Bellerin, Monreal at fullback, Cech in goal, Coquelin protecting the back line. I think there is potential there to keep another clean sheet, but it is going to be incredibly difficult. The Arsenal team that I want to see start is basically an unchanged lineup to the one that played against Stoke City. But before I get into my own lineup, as always, took to Twitter to get your thoughts going into the game and what teams you want to see starting the match. If you want to be featured in these videos, then do make sure to follow me on Twitter at simplycookie_, and I'll make sure you have your opinion heard. But getting into the tweets that I've already got from @BrianInTheZone is Cech, Bellerin, Koscielny, Gabriel, Monreal, Ramsey, Coquelin, Ozil, Chamberlain, Walcott and Sanchez. The next one from @BigFKGuna is Cech, Bellerin, Gabriel, Koscielny, Monreal, Coquelin, Ramsey, Ozil, Cazorla, Walcott and Alexis. The next one from @WorldOfK_ is Cech, Bellerin, Koscielny, Gabriel, Monreal, Coquelin, Ramsey, Walcott, Ozil, Sanchez and Giroud. And the next one that I'm going to read out is from @ClockEnd_lad is Cech, Bellerin, Gabriel, Koscielny, Monreal, Coquelin, Ramsey, Alexis, Ozil, Santi, Walcott, and he says he wants to see Ramsey play in the middle, so presumably Cazorla on the wing. Once again, thanks to absolutely everyone that tweeted in. Sorry that I didn't read them all out, but I will feature them all on the screen so that you have your opinion heard in this video. The lineup that I want to see is an unchanged one from the game against Stoke City, so that would be Cech in goal, Bellerin, Koscielny, Gabriel, Monreal, Coquelin, Cazorla, Ramsey, Ozil, Alexis and Theo Walcott up top. Now that lineup does involve playing Ramsey on the right hand side, but given how Chamberlain performed in midweek, I don't think he's merited a start in this game, and when we played with two out and out wingers, if anything, it didn't even benefit how we played. So I'd play Ramsey on that right-hand side. He'll do a better job defensively, and going forward, he can do something as well. I think we're going to need that defensive solidity in this game. Ramsey can offer that. But overall, it's a team that I hope can go out there against Chelsea and get a victory. We need to get a victory. It's the only way that we can rectify what happened against Zagreb. It's a massive game for us. It's a must-win, in my opinion. We can't allow Chelsea to get some belief into their season. And if they're to kickstart their season against us at home by beating us by 2 or 3 goals to nil, that'd just be absolutely embarrassing. It'd be horrible. It'd be mortifying, in fact. So, I mean, I'm really counting my lucky stars on this one that Arsenal can go out there and get something from this game. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Are you looking forward to it? Are you apprehensive? Get your team lineups in as well. Like the video if you've enjoyed it to cheer me up. I'm still a bit depressed following that defeat in midweek against Zagreb. As well as that, do subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV and check out my own channel, AFC Game by Game. Got content going up there more and more regularly. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.